In today's video, we'll go over the quality and features of the new 2024 Land Rover Discovery Sport.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome once again to Sim Action Auto Review channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the post notification, like, share and also, comment down below. The Land Rover Discovery Sport has the superior inside and rough terrain capacities you'd anticipate from the brand as a minimized SUV that welcomes streets. We anticipate that 2024 valuing should begin at about $49,000. The minimized extravagance SUV class is brimming with engaging choices, and one of the most rough is the Land Rover Sport. It's an able SUV you can easily drive as your day-to-day suburbanite, yet it doesn't neglect its foundations. Standard all-wheel drive, AWD, and many rough terrain highlights prepare this Land Rover for experience. In any case, the consistent driving elements and sumptuous inside with discretionary three-line seating make it a decent SUV to drive regardless of whether you never take it off the asphalt. Be that as it may, as one of the section's most established passages, with a background marked by suboptimal resale esteem, the Discovery Sport falls toward the lower part of our minimized extravagance SUV rankings, following key contenders like the BMW X3, Audi Q5, and Mercedes-Benz. We expect the 2024 Land Rover Discovery Sport to begin at about $49,000. For reference, the 2023 model starts at $48,200. The sportier R-Dynamic model ought to begin at around $51,000. The beginning cost of the Discovery Sport is high contrasted with most opponents, even the BMW X3 and Audi Q5. This is part of the way on the grounds that the Discovery Sport has as of late dropped its previous base trim, the S model, which had a beginning cost more in accordance with the fragment. As far as deals, there's an even divided between the two trims of the Land Rover Discovery Sport. Since the distinctions are restricted to an appearance bundle and the value contrast is unobtrusive, we suggest going with whichever has the feel you like. Prior to purchasing a Discovery Sport, check the Kelley Blue Book fair price tag to understand what you ought to truly pay. Land Rover Discovery Sport resale esteem is suboptimal for the portion. We expect the 2024 Land Rover Discovery Sport to go at a bargain in the fall of 2023. The Discovery Sport just got a few updates for the 2023 model year, similar to more standard well-being and infotainment tech. We expect no tremendous changes for 2024. The Land Rover Discovery Sport is fueled by a 246 torque turbocharged four-chamber motor coordinated with a 9-speed program transmission and all-wheel drive, AWD. This Land Rover fulfills extravagance SUV guidelines with respect to on-street solace in regular driving circumstances. In any case, it doesn't speed up or embrace corners as the game moniker in its name could suggest. What it needs on-street energy, Discovery Sport compensates for in rough terrain ability. Each SUV in this class offers AWD, however it comes standard with the Discovery Sport, alongside a few other rough terrain treats. The Landscape Reaction 2 framework opens up drive modes appropriate for various going 4x4 romping situations, and it can consequently pick the right one in light of the territory. In our testing, it generally felt regular while exchanging drive modes. It additionally comes standard with off-road progress control, which is like low-speed voyage control for rough terrain driving. We've endured many hours driving and assessing the ongoing assortment of smaller extravagance SUVs, including this Land Rover Discovery Sport. The Land Rover Discovery Sport gets a joint efficiency rating of 20 miles per gallon and requires premium gas. That is really wasteful contrasted with rivals like the Audi Q5, which additionally has standard AWD and gets 25 miles per gallon. The inside of the Land Rover Discovery Sport is rich and super advanced. The materials are great, and the seats are spacious and agreeable in the initial two lines. The discretionary third column is a little one, with just 25.7 creeps of legroom contrasted with 38.1 crawls in the subsequent line. However, those an additional two seats can be good to have when absolutely necessary, enabling this SUV to convey 7 individuals. Behind the subsequent column, the Discovery Sport offers one of the roomiest freight holds in its group, with 34.6 cubic feet of room. That looks at to a portion normal of more like 24 cubic feet. Collapsing down the back seatbacks opens up an incredible 60 cubic feet of open space. With the discretionary third column seats involved, accessible freight space drops to 6.8 cubic feet. In exemplary Land Rover design, the vibe of the Discovery Sport is a decent mix of tough and premium. The vibe of this SUV changes a little in the event that you pick the R-Dynamic model, adding a game front guard, one-of-a-kind wheels, body variety rocker boards. From there, the sky is the limit. A skilled all-wheel drive framework comes standard on each Land Rover Discovery Sport. This is the way into this SUV's superb rough terrain abilities, making it reasonable for frigid streets. This standard framework can consequently change drive modes in light of the landscape for ideal rough terrain execution. Off-road progress control. This resembles voyage control for rough terrain driving. It consequently keeps a consistent speed in rough terrain conditions. This is a conservative extravagance SUV with an accessible third line of seats with seating for up to 7, which is uncommon in this fragment. Each Land Rover Discovery Sport purposes a similar P250 powertrain. It's a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-chamber motor evaluated at 246 pull and 269 lb-ft of force. Yield is shipped off every one of the four wheels through a 9-speed program transmission. These presentation numbers are about normal for a base motor in this class, however a considerable lot of its rivals have more vigorous motors accessible at an additional expense. The standard Pivi Expert infotainment framework has an easy-to-understand 10-inch touchscreen with Sirius XM and remote Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. A Meridian Premium sound framework likewise comes standard. The discretionary Versatile Elements framework adds a versatile suspension that continually screens street conditions and changes in like manner. It adds a unique drive mode conveying more tight body control and more keen taking care of. 4-year per 50,000-mile guarantee. The Land Rover Discovery Sport supported by a 4-year per 50,000-mile heavily congested guarantee. That is commonplace for an European extravagance SUV, however a few opponents, similar to the BMW X3, likewise offer a time of free upkeep. The Discovery Sport is exceptional with standard well-being tech highlights. Standard elements incorporate crisis slowing down, vulnerable side checking, path keeping help, versatile journey control, front and back stopping sensors, and traffic sign acknowledgement. I'm glad that you now fully understand this vehicle. Would you kindly do me the favor of subscribing to this channel and pressing the notification bell button so that you are notified as soon as we upload another video like this? Thank you.